fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
There's a complication.
All right. Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Let's quickly bring in Adam Newton for what he would like to say. What do you want, Adam?
Here you go. He's back. He's back. Say something here, Adam.
Mr. Newton, if you have something to say, please do. You're live on the air.
Yeah, the session accidentally got advanced, so Q was delayed. But I got to jump in the other channel real quick.
Well, thank you for that. A lovely update there, Mr. Newton. Baron,
No,
we are here at... Can we thank you and goodbye? Baron, welcome to Talladega. Here we go, buddy.
He jumped in here, stepped on our dicks, and then ran out of here, Dave.
Yes, he did. It's a Bulldog special, they call it. Nonetheless, a track you love here tonight. We will skip the qualifying grid here tonight and just talk about it. What do you think here tonight? Gen 6 cars look racy here, Baron.
Well, they sure do, Dean, and this is my favorite track on the circuit. In fact, I will be there in October watching this event live and in color. So, Dean, get ready, get strapped in. This is infighting at its best.
Yeah, this is some of the better Dega racing you'll see is these Gen 6 cars, you know, they get going 2 wide, not an issue, 3 wide, not an issue here at Talladega. So I expect a lot of moves here. Maybe not early in this league, but it's going to get interesting. Quick look on the championship points. You see Jason Jackson, comfortable lead here. That's all you really need to know. There's a lot of battles within there, but Jason Jackson just looking to survive here tonight, Baron.
Yeah, he sure is. And look, had a great race last week. Came out on top and put up a great effort. Dean, you know, Talladega can be anything to anybody in this field right now. If you're in last place, you're in great shape to win this race. I mean, it's just the way it can go.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be first or last, Baron. I look in the middle of the pack around Rachel Hunt, Tony Ratliff, Sheffield. Those guys are all, and gals are all in the meat grinder there, so they're going to have to be careful, and that'll be interesting. But right now, pace car off the track. Royce Valley and Ross Weiss out front. Jackson and Torgerson in row 2. Here we go.
Full field tonight, Dean. There's a lot of race car drivers out here hungry for a championship flag. And we've got a couple guys out here also hungry for the championship. If you're Jason Jackson, how do you approach the event?
Well, like I said, Jason just needs to survive. Right now, he sits second on the bottom, looking good. Everybody just getting them wound up here. 85 laps. Tonight they'll have only 90% fuel, trying to avoid fuel mileage situations. So I think we're going to see a racy, competitive field. And already the outside, Torgerson pushing Weiss on that high line. Otto Viani third line. I think that's the Toad Man up there as well, the 19.
So the Toad Man already in the hunt here, right behind him, Claus Williams. Last week's winner, right in the pocket, if you will, on the high side. Dean, a lot of team efforts tonight happening, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? You need friends, you need teammates, and you certainly need synchronized pit stops, especially here at RGR, where, you know, it is what they do. Green flag stops are going to be highly important. We seen it on Tuesday night in a much different draft package, but terrible, just to be truthful, Baron, terrible pit stops by almost everyone led to some serious problems. I think everybody's worked on it, talked about it, and they come here to race in this East Coast Web Pinners Gen 6 series.
Well, Dean, you know, we saw the same thing at Daytona. We had a lot of guys really, you know, basically screwed a pooch on pit road, and I remember us making light of the idea that we had probably 4 or 5 competitors actually get on and off pit road without incident. hopefully they've learned a little something in the season and commanding the road here in Talladega. A lot wider, a lot more room to work your craft, if you will. So we'll see if we can get clean stops here tonight. It's going to be crucial.
Yeah, it certainly will be. And we see already we have a group broken off the pack here, and that is led by Herb Ashley, Adam Kulikowski, and James Suggs. They're about 3 seconds back. Lester and Ashley, they're in deep doo-doo, as we say, Baron.
Well, they have fallen outside of the draft package here tonight. And that is trouble when you only have 2 cars, because 2 cars are not enough, Dean. You're going to need 3 or 4 if you want to maintain speed with the pack or even catch the pack. So these guys, early in the event, could be trouble if we get into lap 25 or 30 here. They might catch them.
Get some good shots here. There's a look at Paul Travis. I believe he's got the Captain America on there. Very interesting paint job. East Coast web printers cool on the side.
Very, very cool. There's that good looking Navy car on the outside. Got a little help from his teammate there. There's Torgerson.
Yeah, Otto Viani right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So early goings here at Dega. Everybody doing what they can to hang in there. It's that other group, Ashley and them now. Well, I think they're closing here. Are you surprised by that, Baron?
These guys in the pack, they're not pushing yet. They're actually, kind of sorting it out, seeing who's got wide, who's, when I'm in an event like this, Dean, I look to see who I can partner with. Yes, I have teammates, but I'm also looking to see who's got a pretty wheel right here. Like, who can I push? Who can push me without creating too much trouble? Who's making predictable, safe moves early in the race? This is somebody who's got their head on right. Their racecraft is in tune with pack racing. And then you're also looking for the idiots out there, Dean. Like, let's just call it like it is. Guys who are in a hurry to get to the front, putting their competitors in bad places. You're looking for that in the early laps as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that's a perfect sentiment there. Anybody who's bouncing from lane to lane or not holding their lane, I guess, is someone you would consider that you're not going to be able to trust. And you can see several cars, and we see something forming already, something we're used to here in the super speedways. Edward Kane goes to the high side. He says, I'm not sitting here all night. Him and Whitford, each and every race, they will go to the front. I love it, Baron.
Yeah, I do, and I love the aggression. Here we're talking about it, right? So sometimes you'll see guys pushing, and they'll put that nose out a little bit, and you see that, right now with Ottaviani and Torgerson, right? Ottaviani's got a headlight out there, keeping his car cool, but he's giving his partner a little help there, and he's pushed him to the lead.
Yes, and the chicken pit machine. No, that's Ian Spear on the high side. He jumps in front of Kane, Whitford, Sheffield, and I think that's Buskirk back there at the back. So the outside lane now excelling. The Toadman leading the middle lane. They're getting dragged back a little bit.
Yeah, and nobody's, in the center lane there, they're not pushing on each other real hard. Kane came up there leading that, and then they stalled. You can kind of see what's happening to Kane right now. So he's in the hornet's nest, right? He's kind of trapped up between the wall, Ian Spear, and he's got nowhere to go, Dean. It's moments like this early in the event. I pull the ripcord, I'm out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's whatever I was going to go, Baron. Pull the ripcord. Yeah. That line is not going to function, and I'm not trying to pick on Ian Spear, but. Was it Ian Spear? I think I got my cars mixed up.
Yeah, no, it was the 32. Yeah.
So we got Daryl Spear in the 34 here, but the 32 of Ian Spear, there he is. So he is just not quite holding that lane. You watch that car; it's coming out a little high in the middle of the corners, Baron. It's making it very hard to judge how to push him. Now, he's done a nice job on super speedways, so I'm not being critical. He really has. And we'll see if that changes as we go along here. Little breakup. The Toadman might have seen enough. He's going to the back.
Yeah, and what he's doing, Dean, we see it time and time again. You know, racers will get hyper-focused on the bumper in front of them. They don't look at the track in front of them. It's not their fault. They're trying to stay out of trouble, but they get so focused on that bumper in front of them that the minute that car in front of them twitches, well, then you twitch. And you can kind of see that out of the 32. He's focused on that bumper, and with his teammate, that's all well and good. But the minute that car twitches, he twitches, and the car drifts.
Yes.
You have to look. You have to look 3/4 of a second to a second in front of your car to manage the turn properly. And I think that'll happen as the event moves on. He'll get more used to that. But right now, it's a little unnerving for the fellow competitors out there.
There are a lot of things at play here, and some of it, as you see Jackson drifting up to that high side to cut that lane off. Wow, that was aggressive back there for those guys. But, you know, you got internet connection, you got field of view, all these things add up. And I've seen many times, I've tried to talk to people about it, practice with them, Baron, where they say, I'm leading, and they're telling me I'm all over the place, they can't follow me. And I say, I'm rock solid. We go look at the replay, and, you know, to toot my own horn, I guess, but I'm not moving.
Right.
It's them, and
Right.
you can trick yourself into thinking it's moving. You can actually see different things with different internet connections. I mean, there's a lot going on in these races.
There sure is, and every touch of the wheel means something to the car outside of you, the car behind you, and the car behind him. So yeah, it's a finer art than people give it credit for sometimes.
Oh yeah, make no mistake, this is skill. Anybody who thinks it's not, ask yourself why the same people finish up front all the time on super speedways.
Yeah, and that's learning to manage the car. It's learning, more importantly, to manage the other drivers. And we know that guys will come to the front and they'll go to the back and they'll come to the front. But they're also scoping out the other competitors. Where are these cars going when I need them to go somewhere? Can we work with them? Can we not work with them? So, Dean, I love the event. There's a lot more chess to this than people give it credit for.
Yeah, and there's a look at Jason Spear, the 83 machine, known to get up here at the super speedways. He's taking a little run at things. We just seen Corey Buskirk kind of drop into the back. He'd seen enough. I had wrongly called Nick Barris him earlier in the race, so sorry about that, Nick. Nick on the outside. As guys switch paints here and there, and I get them mixed up, Baron. Hell, I get them mixed up even if they don't change them.
Yeah, you know, give me the cocktail and I'm all in.
So the outside lane's starting to get organized now, getting a little momentum. That looks like the 16 of Claus Williams trying to get up here. He just grabbed a win. Baron, is it the momentum of the victory? Could we be looking at maybe 2 in a row for Claus? A little early to call that, but...
Well, you know, we're 13 laps in here. We've got guys dancing around. I kind of thought the test session was mostly over with the first 10 laps, guys sorting out their car, but it doesn't look like it. And here we see, you know, some guys, they got it too wide now. The 41 wants to be out in front of this thing, and so he's put his nose in front of Claus and see if they can get there.
Yeah, and this is dangerous here. The pushing very close, Baron. And if you get out of line, which I'm seeing consistently here, I'm a little scared for where this might be going.
Well, and here's the thing about it, too. For the minute the 41 jumped in front of the 16, Jackson had to back out of it because, you know, it was a big change in momentum. He didn't want to wad up the field. But now there's no momentum in the high line. He stalled the high line by that move. I know he tried to get up there, but you really have to create this with 3 cars. Lead car, pusher car, and then that third car needs to be right up underneath the bumper of that pusher machine without actually touching it. That's when you're going to start making hay.
We just seen at the back there, Barris get into the wall a little bit. Got a little unstable, but he looks like he's okay. But he's still rocking up there really high, Baron.
Yeah, well, that's a high line momentum right there. He's got a tough customer there with him, though. Sheffield can quicker than a fart win one of these things.
Yeah, and he's now all alone up there. So, I mean, I don't know why they're running the high side at the back. I mean, I guess they're looking to make a move. I don't know, but I'd be on the bottom, Baron, with a little bottle of bourbon, perhaps.
Well, it could be field of vision too for them. They may be looking, ahead of the track, making keeping an eye on the field, because all it takes is one little quick twitch of the wrist, and you wad up 6 or 7 of these cars.
So we just took a quick look at a couple other groups. So we got a little 4-car breakaway here momentarily. That's interesting.
Yeah, for now it could be. Look, we'll see it. If we don't see it sooner than later, we will see it tonight, Dean. That Spear Motorsports group does work together quite well, and they've won several events just out of teamwork alone. So I'm looking to the Spear guys later in this event to get organized and get to the front.
Right now, Torgerson, your early leader here on lap 16 in the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 series. Talladega 200 here tonight. Take a look over in good old YouTube land. Doyle Lawrence with us again. He, of course, rooting on Navy, and Torgerson, who is out front.
Glad to have you out here in YouTube land. Shout out your favorite drivers. I love it. Shout out your favorite cocktail. Love that more. Without you guys watching and hitting those like buttons when you see a good race going on, make sure you smash, subscribe, like, Wind Tunnel TV. We're not a one-trick pony here.
We're not?
No.
Okay.
3 nights a week, Dean.
Just checking. So already James Suggs out of the race, Tom Ashley and Tom Lester, couple of Toms out here, and this is the booze section here. They are currently 20 seconds off our leaders. I mean, are they just drinking back here, Baron? Is that what's going on?
They're hanging out waiting for the big one, and they're being patient about it now, Dean. At 20 seconds back, this is a big old track. It takes these cars roughly 50 seconds to get around, in a pack. So they got a little time here, but right around lap 25, these boys ought to start sniffing that draft. We got real trouble then.
See the speeds are out. Let's check the speeds on them here. Approaching 200 miles an hour here tonight.
They're not leaning on each other yet, Dean, but they will get over 200 when they start getting the pushing.
And I think you'll see it right here. 199, there's 201, 202. So things heating up. 204 registered there momentarily. You ever gone 200 miles an hour, Baron?
I think the best I ever got to was 180.
Did you get away from the police?
It wasn't. I wasn't driving. And it did. It felt like warp speed. No question.
So Jackson, I don't know if this is intentional or not. Looks like it is. He says he's seen enough, Baron. He's going to the back.
I don't quite blame him here, Dean. He's got a better field of vision on this than I do, but he's probably seen enough. And let me just come back here and grab a partner and hang out and make sure we don't tear this thing up early.
And I was waiting for the do-si-do comment there.
Not yet.
So Spear kind of got
later.
Spear, Jason, that is, kind of went to try and get up there. Jackson was up there. They vacated those. They're done. I mean, favorite spot's always the lead, but what's going on here, Baron, is we seemingly cannot get an outside lane that can function together and stay together. I know Kane and Whitford, but right now Kane pushing Weiss. I know these guys want to go up there, and it looks like Sheffield's ready to go. He's in that group. He's pushing as well, and it looks like that is Buskirk behind him. if I can get it right this time.
So
Nope,
Kane gave
bus
the
car
41
in the
little
white
shot.
car.
Yep.
So that's
So Kane
Baris.
gave the 40. Yeah, Kane gave the 41 a little shot here. Got him moving, but he didn't have any help from the 36. That's what I'm saying. This is really a 3-car deal when you get a line for him. You got to have those 3 cars tucked up nice and tight with each other.
Yeah, most people think it's 2, Baron, but it's definitely 3, and it goes all the way back in the lane. The closer, and you don't have to get crazy about it, but you can't leave, a car length or 2 car lengths. That's going to slow that lane down.
100% right, Dean. And that's just it. Sheffield's running a smart race, and he's not getting too close. But if they want that 41 out front, he's going to need to tuck up under his teammate there and moving forward.
Well, what I like about this, Baron, is you're getting there, you're working on it, and you're not using up any of your heat, right? You're not getting too close heating that engine up. Now you want to get them to the front, and watch, there it is, Kane going to the bumper. So, well, he kind of got off it there, but I mean, you want to push them out. Now they're out clear. I mean, they're going to have 2 for sure, maybe 3 cars clear, and only Weiss considering going down. He will. There goes Kane. Sheffield wobbling, thinking about it. Kane's wobbling, thinking about it. And I think he just killed the inside lane, and now he's going to go to, and a big shot there from Sheffield. 32 machine, he's down underneath. That is not good. I don't know what he's thinking down there. That was a little crazy. It's one thing to drop down, but if you're going to come up in the middle of the corner, Baron, that's dangerous.
It is. Oh, that always makes me nervous when I see that.
So Edward Kane, and now your new leader, Sheffield, in second. They're up 20 and 14 spots respectively. It's Ross Weiss in third, then Baris up 13, and Whitford up 15. So we're getting Kane and Whitford, 2 guys I've been focused on who they love to go to the front, and I love them for it, Baron.
And we saw the Bulldog giving him a nice shot there to get him moving. So that high line can move and does. We've seen some passes out there, but again, Dean, if you're just going to hang back there and be nice and gentle about it, you're not going anywhere.
Nope. They got to be uniform together, and they don't look totally in sync here. A lot of wobbling and weebling.
It's a big old D-die-do.
Did you ever have a weeble wobble, Baron?
We did. And they don't fall down. Tried my hand.
And the slinky?
I had a slinky too. Yeah. And Silly Buddy.
Oh, Silly Buddy's my favorite. Edward Kane, a leader here on lap 25 of 85. Sheffield right behind him with Weiss. And it's Torgerson and Ottaviani, Baris, Valley, Whitford, Ian Spear, Adam Newton, your top 10. Jason Spears got up there behind Newton now. So 4 cars on the high side. Looks like they're finally gaining a little momentum, a little more stable.
That co-opetition we were talking about, we got guys up there moving.
Well, you got good pushers now. You got Whitford, who's a good pusher, and behind him, Newton, he's an aggressive pusher, and Spear, who's a multi-time winner here in the super speedways. So they got a good little formation going, and it's showing. Look, they're going right to the front, Baron.
Yeah, it sure is.
And there we go, 2 more cars to the bottom. And, you think of someone like Torgerson, who's now in 9th, Baron, and he's like, wasn't I the leader? Do I got to do all this work now? Do I got to go to the high side?
Here's the problem, Dean. You find yourself in that position, you go, look, I'm going to go up there, I'm going to leave it up there, and I'm going to punk the rest of the I'm just going to leave it on the high side. I'm going to make that low line jump up there to me.
That's it. Nick
I used to do
Baris
that a lot.
has taken over the lead in the Civil Tech machine. So Nick, loving this spot. He's got Whitford and Kane right behind him, and only 3 cars on the outside. 3 good ones, but can they get it together? You said we only need 3, Baron. Is that enough?
Well, it looks like it's going to be, Dean. Jason's pushing this 2 machine right to the front here. He's got some help. So there's help behind him, and that's pretty good news. It's going to buy dividends. Now, if they don't get too wrapped up in that stupid side draft, yeah, it slows the momentum down of everybody. That side draft just doesn't work unless it's the last lap.
Well, I disagree completely on that, Baron. Side draft certainly does work, but the danger level of it is not worth it here in this stage of the race. I mean, and it's car to car as well, just to be fair. Something like the Gen 4 car is demanding on a side draft. So are other vehicles. So the outside lane got a little more help now. Tony Ratliff onto pit road here on lap 29. Unscheduled stop, I'm guessing. Could be scheduled. Very interesting out of Tony. I mean, you don't want to pit alone here, do you, Baron?
No, definitely not. And tires went on that machine, so he had an issue.
Very, very interesting. Tony Ratliff is going to come back out somewhere around the pack, I would imagine.
Might be able to pick up Tom Lester.
Here comes the pack. I can't tell where they are on the track, but I think Tony's still on the lead lap. To see if we can get a shot. There he is. He's going to get run down here right away. So he'll be looking to latch on to the back of the main pack. This is not too bad for him.
Now these guys are calling like, hey, got a lap car up top, there's a lap car, and he's got guys. Guys will start sorting themselves out. Oh, we got pits happening.
Oh, boy. So everybody coming in, some locking up. Sheffield, a little wiggle. He holds on to it. Good job by this group getting in so far. We'll stay with them here, Baron, and see if there's any carnage to speak of. Looks like the first couple are in. Oh, a little backup from our leader, a little backup from Sheffield. So problems for a couple. Jackson and Weiss out here. Let's see how they shake out. We go up to our other group. We'll see. There's Ratliff getting past. I think they'll be coming in this time by.
That's going to spell trouble for some of these drivers.
A few people. Claus Williams, Paul Travis, the 90 of Shane Fleming. Oh, an elite wreck by Claus Williams. Something happened there. It looked like a downshift, Baron, a bad downshift.
Yeah, back end just stepped around on him. Either too much rear brake or a downshift. Yep. Put it nose first in the wall. Oh, he's got to be so frustrated with himself here, Dean.
So now Newton leading with Spear pushing. And what are they thinking right now, Baron?
Come in as a group and don't screw up.
Well, not only that, but I think they want to form up and just lay a lap down, right? Like, let's push our butts off here and get some separation from those pitters. And they're going to stay out and try and do just that. They got to tighten up the last two on here, though.
And they're going to get the benefit of some guys lagging behind, so they're going to get some draft sniffs here before they come in.
So this already a secondary group almost, because the top 5 are checking out. Spear really pushing on the Bulldog. Here they come. I mean, we're on the back straight, so they're not going to pit here.
Well, I just hope they practice.
Well, let's get on board with Troy Torgerson and see what happens here. Here they come.
Here they come.
Good orderly beginning here. Everybody getting it woed down. Decent job by everybody. And behind them, Rachel into the grass, but that was a legal touch, I believe. She could get a penalty for that.
Depends if she got over enough that it registered the tires, gave her an incident.
A couple of people look out of sorts, and the Toad Man's around. And that's a bad one because you can't get back in lane. Look at it. He's all out of sorts. Oh, the humanity.
Oh, the horror.
Poor Toad Man stuck, left behind like a kid at the mall.
Well, half that group got on and off all right.
Well, there is Newton and Jason Spear, Torgerson coming as well. So those three, as you'd expect, were the best out of that group. They are coming out. There is Ian Spear. I think that's Daryl. And there's Rachel Hunt in that group. And zooming through the field, there are others. So this is really wild here. Newton and Spear have gotten themselves out to a 2-second lead, but they don't have enough help to keep it.
No, they only got the two of them off without any trouble. So they had 4 cars here. They might have been able to make something happen. That pack's going to catch them.
What a shame for those two. They did a great job. Whitford coming with Baris and Kane. And then you got Jackson, Travis, Fleming, Weiss, Sheffield, Torgerson, and Daryl Spear. So there's that group. Then Rachel Hunt and Otto Viani trying to latch on. That's 14 cars. Then you got Royce Valley, Corey Buskirk, and TJ Rogers in desperation mode. They're trying to push their butts off to get there. And then the rest of them in shambles here tonight.
Yeah, shambles is a good word. Calamity, Larry. Pandemonium.
So these two now getting hunted. Whitford coming with Burris and Kane pushing. I mean, I don't think these two can hold it, but where do they fit in is the thing. They got to realize, Baron, there's only 14 cars in total coming. So they, even if they fall, they're only going to fall to 14th. Don't sweat it. There's another pit stop coming.
There sure is, Dean. And, that's smart, forward-thinking racing. And, this is like I keep saying, it's a chess match. So some of these guys are going to work it out. Here we got a pass.
Yeah, Whitford. He's got the 66 of Nick Burris pushing him. Kane coming as well. They're going to try and drive around, but I got to tell you, Spear and Newton doing a nice job here trying to hold that inside lane until they get a little bit of help. Nobody really helping them yet. Here comes Weiss and Sheffield trying to get in there before it's too late. And they're doing a real nice job. So those two, all these drivers on the bottom are doing a nice job. And surprisingly, that top side just staying where they are, except for Jackson. Jackson comes down. Looks like Kane came down as well. Now others, Baris and Whitford, slide down. So now the outside lane's going to fade just a little bit. Paul Travis up there with Fleming.
Fleming got a good-looking car to this event here, Dean. I love it.
Yeah, he's been switching it up a bit. We've seen a few of these East Coast web printers cars out here, some new paints looking super sharp. There's that group, Royce Valley, Buskirk, and Rogers. They are currently 3.3 seconds back from the pack. I don't know if they can run them down, Baron. Right now, it looks like they're a tad quicker than the pack.
Going to be a tall challenge.
So everybody on a two-stop strategy here tonight.
I think the guys start to conserve now too, Dean. You know, the leaders are burning more fuel than the followers here. So we know that Whitford's burning as much fuel as anybody on the track right now. He is flat out. It's on the floor. He is not lifting. Everybody else behind him, they can lift a little bit, maybe save some along the way, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, if necessary. I'm not sure if it is or isn't at this point. Look at that three-car group there. They are now 2.5 seconds from the pack. I got a feeling they're going to catch back up here as this group seems content to just kind of ride right now and keep their separation. They're not too worried about another 3 cars. That'd make it 17. People who are in trouble, these guys, Tony Ratliff, the Toad Man, and Ian Spear, they did not have good stops. Kulikowski, Herb Ashley, and Claus Williams, deep trouble. Lester and Ashley still out there drinking together. They got the, they got the Jack Daniels car, and, well, we're going to have to go look at it for me to say what the other one was. You might know it a little better.
That's a beer wagon, I think.
It's definitely beer. I can't remember which one it was. It's the Shiner Bach.
That's right. Yeah.
Good looking car right there.
It is. The one right in front of it's my favorite. There he is. Check him out.
Yeah, that's an automatic shot for Mr. Baron Labosco.
Yellow
yellow flag. Kulikowski. Something has happened with him, and I think he was all alone. I'm not sure how he was wrecked. But wow, this is going to flip it back on its lid. Oh, here he is. He's with Ashley. So Ashley comes out of the corner and pulls out a line and wrecks him. Wow. So a little 3-car pack there, and Kulikowski gets wrecked.
He gets dumped. Racing for 25th.
Shocking development.
Yes, it is.
Well, Baron, people have already pitted. Let's see how many laps we got here. 44 to go. I'm going to assume if they couldn't make it to halfway on a one-stopper, nobody's going to really think about pitting here because he can't make it.
Well, I bet you there's some guys that are going to pit.
I mean, depending on caution laps, like I said, Baron, if they could do 42, 43 laps, they wouldn't have pitted early as they did to make it a 2-stop race. They would have waited. So I really don't.
The calculators are in overdrive right now. Guys are trying to figure, when are we going to green? Can I top off? And will I have enough fuel? Those are great questions, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, my abacus is smoking right now.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys right now trying to figure that out before this pace car hits pit road. A lot of conversation going on, Dean, because look, you're looking at another 3 laps to green. All right, puts him at 45. That's mighty close to the window.
I think there's a lot of swearing going on too, Baron.
Yeah, probably is.
I mean, these top 15, 17 drivers, they're mad as hell right now. And, and Kulikowski's got to be very upset about that. So we'll shake them up, re-rack them here. I mean, you want to fix your car, you want to get some tires, now's the time.
Yep.
Look for somebody to come in. I mean, they're checking up and wrecking back here. What are they doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
And oddly enough, everybody's coming in, Baron.
Yep.
I mean, I don't understand it personally, but hey, what the good side of this? How about Lester and Tom Ashley? We just talked about them. They were inevitable to get lapped. Now back in it. Kulikowski, he gets his chance to do some repair work here.
So, small blessing for those drivers in the back. But we saw the whole field come on there, Dean. Do you think we'll see anybody top off?
I mean, if you're coming in now and you're in the bottom 15, yeah, you absolutely top off. I mean, otherwise, why'd you even pit? Why are we even on pit road? I don't understand it. But if you think you can make it, that's one thing. But it begs the question, why didn't you make it on the first run? I'm a very confused soul in the booth tonight, Baron. You know, when the moon comes out, Baron, it does something to me. My mother once held me upside down in front of the moon to try to get me to sleep at night. I'm not sure what it did to me, Baron.
Well, that's just one part of the Dean Doucette equation that we didn't know about. Thank you.
That's right. Oh, there's many more, Baron. So Paul Travis Sr. out here in that East Coast web printers machine in the lead now, Baron.
Well, and perfect opportunity to tell our friends about the East Coast web printers. Check them out for all your professional printing needs. The folks at East Coast web printers are equipped to handle quantities from 5,000 to 5 million, Dean. That's a lot of beers on the wall. For all your publication, magazines, manuals, inserts, and direct mail printings, I want you to give these guys a look at East Coast web printers. Their outstanding quality, service, and the experience you could trust, Dean, and we trust in their crew chiefs right now as they're leading this event, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking good. 2 East Coast web printers machines out front right now. Of course, Whitford right behind them. There's Otto Viani. And now Rachel Hunt up into the top 5. Barise, Jackson, Newton, and Spear, along with Sheffield. That's your top 10 cars.
We're looking at 45, the 40 laps left in the event. You said what? They could go 38?
I really don't know, but I mean, I'm saying that they distinctly told us they could not do 42 or 43 laps. Now, going to be 41 to go at the line, Baron. So, I mean, who topped up? I didn't see anybody come in. I don't understand it.
Yeah, you would have to almost pop up just to have a shot at it.
Looks like maybe Ashley and Rogers did at the back. So there he is. Rogers, that is. So we'll see. Maybe Rogers can make it.
That's extreme save mode with the lights out on the pace car. We're going to take the green flag here.
Definitely are. You know, another thing, we don't, in the booth, a little different, hard to think on the fly when you're not in the car, but, at least now that they got this, if there's another yellow, everybody could probably make it and stay out and hold their position. Or if they have to pit again, less fuel in the tank means shorter pit stop, Aaron.
Well, we'll see. The race gods, as they give us a green flag run here, we'll see who's got the math.
All right, brand new race about to begin. The whole field at 25 minus James Suggs on the lead lap in the pack. Pace car pulling off. And they're creeping around the top here. This is a bit of a weird looking start here, Baron. Green flag goes down. I don't know what Whitford's doing on the bottom, but that high line is gone.
I'm just along for the ride here, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, a very unorganized restart. Very, very strange, to say the least. Paul Travis, though, nice job by him. He get up on that high side, and he's going to have Fleming, Ottaviani, Whitford right there, along with Hunt and Barise. Barise going to pull out. That's a little too early to make that move. Same with Whitford. They're going to fall back till all the help arrives, I would think.
Well, Rachel Hunt just sitting here in the pocket, and hey, fellas, I've won a few of these things. Y'all want to work together?
Right. All right, so we're organized a lap later here. Everybody coming together. High line getting a little bit of momentum now, and they got a lot of cars up there. I think that line is probably going to come straight to the front.
A lot of energy on that high line right now, Dean, and Eric Whitford's part of that equation here. He's pretty well stuck with Otto all night, and it's looking really, really racy.
Yeah, great job by the outside lane. Little sparks flying in the air. So you see the momentum has brought them right around. Otto Viani goes down and abandons that outside lane.
Hey, Kitty, you know, you see two team cars like this, they control the race now, Dean.
Yeah, they definitely do. And that's what we always used to like to do. Control both lanes, and that's the way to go. I don't think Whitford and Ottaviani are teammates, though, Baron, just to be truthful. Ottaviani on Spear Motorsports these days.
That's right, he's got a Spear car.
But yeah, if you can get control of both lines, you can control the race. So these guys, nobody has that currently. Weiss working the inside, or no, that is Adam Newton, the Bulldog. So there's teammates. The Bulldog and Ottaviani would be unofficial teammates, I believe.
And look what Whitford did. Whitford said, I'm going to come into the bottom. We're going to run up here on the top and make that high line come to us, or make that low line come to us. I love the strategy.
Yeah, I think Whitford is really getting good at super speed. Maybe he always has been. But, I mean, he's going to try to control the race up here. You watch it. He might slide down in front of Newton here to try and block that momentum. Not seeing it yet. The high line prevailing. We got a third lane forming up. So we'll see if they can get some momentum, and that's TJ Rogers up there along with Spear and Torgerson. And look at them, they have some momentum, they're coming. So hold your breaths, folks. We're 3 wide here at Dega, approaching lap 50, and we're about to go 4 wide here if we're not careful. Rogers and Spear driving right around everybody, Baron. Holy smokes.
They made them look slow there, didn't they, Dean? They could clear them.
And they're going to clear them. They are slow, Baron.
They are. Yeah. They are going to clear them, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, made it look easy. Well, I don't know what's going on. If they're fuel managing, perhaps. But Spear and Rogers said, enough of that. We're going to the front.
Just cleared the 3 drivers from the 3rd lane here. Rogers goes all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, Rogers leaves Spear, so now Spear has Torgerson, and they are going right by everybody like they're standing still. Now the outside, you got Claus Williams up there, and all of a sudden, Fred Lester right in this thing. Well, Tom Lester, whatever you want to call him, he doesn't care. We affectionately call him, when they're toad man into the wall, we affectionately call him Fred Tom when we talk to him, Baron. We know Fred Tom a little bit.
Yeah, we do.
Rogers slides out at the front. He goes back to the high side. He's got Whitford with him. So Jason Spear now, where we've seen him many times, out front on the bottom. But the high lane looking like all of a sudden that's where all the energy is.
Another good look at that high line and how it works for them.
And they leave Rogers hung out to dry, so Whitford, along with Baris, slide down in front of Spear. Rogers will have to wait to regroup with some new momentum. Lester, sliding out of line towards the wall there. Not sure what was going on back there.
distracted driving.
Well, you can only drink so much Jack Daniels, Baron.
No, I disagree, Dean.
Fair enough. Everybody's tolerance a little different.
Yep. We're going to put that to the test on Saturday.
So we haven't talked a lot about Sheffield. He's second, pushing Rogers now. Sheffield, you know, he will get aggressive here in a super speedway when he needs to be, Baron. And I think we're approaching that point.
No, he's very patient on every other track, and he's showing some patience here. But yeah, there comes a point in time on super speedway racing where you can't win it from the back. You know, everybody's coming slipping and coming. So you got to find your way to your comfort spot before the green flag, actually, before the go time hits, right? The 10 to go, 20 to go.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's go Jason Jackson towards the back here. Rachel Hunt, the Toad Man, but Weiss is back here. I mean, that's fine and dandy. There's a lot of laps left here. We still got 33 laps left in this event. But when do you have to move from this far back? Assuming we go green, assuming they're too wide, Baron, I mean, when do you got to start making moves? You can't wait till 5 to go from the back.
No, you can't. And Dean, I was always one, like, I waited to see who was still left in the event, who was going to be hard to pass, who had teammates left over. But if I'm back there with, you know, Ottaviani, if I'm there with Adam Newton, we got about 30 laps here left to go. Lap 20 for me at that rate is you know, kind of when I need to start pushing on the edge.
How about this? Tony Ratliff, second on the outside behind Royce Valley. If you remember, he was just wrecked with Ashley there. I mean, in that little pack. So the caution, the repair work, he's right back in it, and he's taking advantage here.
Good for him, too. I'm glad to see him. Glad to see that damage didn't hurt him too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say whether it is or isn't hurting him a little bit. That outside lane, not quite the momentum we've seen from it, but they're getting it gathered up. They're trying to get it going. Sheffield is the new race leader here. Kane second, Rogers third, Whitford fourth, and then that outside lane starting to come. Claus Williams and Shane Fleming join in up there. There is Herb Ashley. He's also right back in this thing. Got the old Whataburger there. We need to have one of those.
They're great.
I mean, I got a day-old burger in the fridge. I don't think it's going to muster up.
I don't think it's going to cover it, yeah. But still, a day-old burger is better than no burger at all.
Oh, to that we can agree, Baron. There's no doubt about that. Here goes the outside lane, finally getting a touch of momentum. You see Sheffield's got separation from Kane. That's going to slow them down here. We'll see here, that outside lane should go on by here by the start-finish line. Just not quite there. I mean, yeah, there they go. So if it was the official end of the race, it'd be Valley at the line. How about Royce Valley? He started on the point tonight, and here he is, worked his way back up here.
Sure did. Hell of a drive.
Great drive by him. There's Claus Williams in there, and look at that push from Kane. That's some good pushing right there. He pushes Sheffield right back to the front.
It's about that time of the race, Dean. If I'm in the middle of the pack, I start looking at the weak ones, or the ones that start drifting up in the centers of the turns, right? I got to look for a way to get by them, so might as well be through the middle. Or if you got a friend, maybe go to the outside, but you got to start making moves happen. You cannot win this thing from 18th place like Todd Gillies back there. Love to see the Toad Man up front. He's got to start making moves to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that 20 to go range. Let's start plotting. Let's start getting it going here and maybe pick up 5 or 10 spots. Then we get down to about 12 to go or so. It's go time. Anything goes. And I'm shooting the middle. I mean, that's my preferred spot. I like to run her down the middle. And oh, we got pit stops. A whole bunch are coming in. Lester's in, and he is smoking them. That's a speeding violation, likely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he missed it a ton.
I mean, you know, he was first in, and he is in his stall, so we'll see how that works out for him. So pit stops coming up, so that begs the question, why didn't someone stay out last time? But nonetheless, I digress, Baron.
Call me crazy.
Call me crazy.
All right, you crazy.
So main group, you know people are going to look to cover this off here. Someone's coming in. I knew it the moment it came out of my mouth, Baron. Nobody going to come in. The Toad Man has lost the draft along with Weiss and Jackson. I don't know why they didn't pit there. If they're not in the draft, they've got to get to pit road. I feel like I'm being a little critical tonight, Baron. Should I ease up?
You keep doing what you're doing. I love a salty Dean.
I do have a salty t-shirt on, but that's just because I sweat a lot.
There you go. That's disgusting and disturbing.
There is that group. Todd, the Toad Man, Gilly. They are now almost 4 seconds behind. So the group continues to run. The group that pitted, and Newton is on pit road all alone. I'm not sure. That looks like a second stop for Newton. He'll probably go a lap down. We got Ashley and Kulikowski out here. Torgerson and Ottaviani out here. And he's got Daryl Spear with him, or that's Daryl, I think, and that's Ian, along with Rachel Hunt. So I'm not sure how this is going to shake out yet. It looks like we had another disorganized pit stop, Baron.
A little bit disorganized. Guys missing their boxes.
Jason Spear coming in all alone. So these lone pit stops are tough, Baron. I'm very interesting to see, especially a guy of Jason Spear's caliber coming in alone. There must be something we're not seeing or knowing or understanding, Baron.
Which is why we're not crew chiefs.
Well, yeah. See a little contact there between Rogers, Kane, and Sheffield, and then they accordion back apart. So that's kind of how the bumps work. If you ram up and hit people, then you just separate immediately after like that. So it can work at times, but not the preferred way. Jason Jackson comes in alone. What in tarnation is going on, Baron?
Our nation's got a lot of citizens tonight.
You know, and there's Sheffield pushed out a line. So that's that bump drafting we were just witnessing, and that's the effect that it causes. Now the outside lane has a chance, but no, they're disorganized. So Kane, your new leader. You know, back in my day, Baron, there was only one guy that we raced with that would pit alone. He was just so scared of pitting with the field, he'd just go in alone. It worked for him once in a while.
So small pack now leading the way here, Dean.
Yeah, we got ourselves a 12-car pack. Herb Ashley, at the back. Sheffield, who just got knocked out of the lead, he's back there. There's Buskirk, Fleming, Baris, Whitford, then Travis, Rogers, Claus Williams, Kane, Tony Ratliff, and Royce Valley. First running that famous Haviline car.
Great looking machine. Great looking machine.
Absolutely is. So, the Toadman and Weiss, they've fallen now 6 seconds back. Ashley Kulikowski, they are another 15 back. Jason Spear and Lester are 16 back at Kulikowski, 38 away from our main pack. This is not working out. Torgerson, Otto Viani, and Daryl Spear are in deep doo-doo over 40 seconds back. I'm not sure how this thing's playing out, Baron. I don't know how to call it. We're on 20 to go. Here we go. Others coming in.
Well, here they come, Dean.
Looks like a pretty orderly stop there. Everybody doing a good job. Don't run yourself over someone's nose now.
Rogers looking.
Oh, and there it is. Sheffield got into. Oh.
Yep.
The 66 of Baris was spun. His night effectively over without a caution. Tragedy.
Just fuel.
Weiss can't get in his stall.
He missed it.
There goes Kane and Buskirk. Sheffield, who was part of knocking that other one around. You got Whitford in there, and Rogers trying desperately to latch on. I don't think he can. Royce Valley out front leading, and they are catching another group with Rachel Hunt in it, along with Ian Spear and Jason Jackson. So there's your 5 leaders. They've got to come in. Can they do a good job on pit road?
What in tarnation is happening, dude?
I mean, tarnation is full. We are locking the gates. Nobody else will be admitted.
The visas have been cut off.
I'm going to deport these people if they don't smarten up.
Tarnation. Got its own zip code.
All right, top 5. They're thinking to themselves, why not just stay out here, guys? I mean,
it's safer.
I mean, they're going to run this thing dry at this point.
Yep. Yeah, they sure are. Well, maybe that's the point, right?
I mean, it's possible they could even have enough fuel. I doubt it highly, but the top 5 likely still to pit. This group, Ashley Kulikowski, is in it along with, well, that's Adam Newton. Newton is officially at least a lap or 2 down. Not sure what happened with him. I think he had to come back in, a penalty.
Well, we'll see how it plays out here, Dean. Think we get a first-time winner tonight?
I think of all the nights that I've seen, it's possible. I mean, literally would just have to get on and off pit road correctly, and you probably win this race.
I like salty Dean.
I am a little salty. I'll apologize to anybody if I'm getting a little carried away, but it really is inexcusable. It's something that, in my racing anyway, Baron, and you know how I am. I'm much like how I broadcast. I talk a lot, and I tell people what to do a lot, and I get the communication going. I don't dictate it, but I ask for it, and I want it. And when we get guys going in, we talk about it. Hey, I'm going to go low by the wall. I'm going to stay out by the track. I'm going to stay on this lane, that lane. And we get it all worked out prior to going in. And you know, and ideally we remind people like a tenth or two slow into your stop is okay because we're only as good as our weakest link. Let's just not have a mistake. I'm not saying I don't make them. I obviously have slid through my stall probably more times than most, so you know I'm not immune to these things, Baron.
Well, and what you're talking about here, Dean, is creating that zipper effect when you hit pit road, so you don't mess up each other's entry, and you can get to your pit stall efficiently. And I love that strategy. I love that communication, and it's what wins races for you, Dean. And you know, all you got to do is, like you said, get in safe and smart, get out safe and smart.
Yes, and we've just seen a little bit of, well, we've seen too much of people missing their stalls, people speeding, people coming out, perhaps 4 tires on one car, 2 on another. They don't come out together. We've seen Newton and Spear come out with great stops and have nobody with them, so effectively ruins their great stop. So yeah, we'd like to see a great team effort, and when we have seen it, we broadcast these races. What happens, Baron? A 5-car pack with a perfect stop come out in front of the rest of the field and take the race away from them.
Yeah, it sure does, and that's the goal. But we didn't get it achieved here tonight, so you know we're gonna close this thing out with 14 to go, Dean. And everybody loves a first-time winner. I think we might be able to get one tonight, Dean, if we played our cards right.
Well, I'm gonna jump on board with Michael Fleming here as he hits the back of Paul Travis Sr. here. And I think Fleming, you know, maybe it's his night tonight.
You see that pack up front.
Yeah, that's a group of
you.
Rachel Hunt and TJ. I don't know if TJ's in it. I think he is, along with Ian Spear.
That draft is going to play a role here, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. And you can see the great thing for this group is they're not racing each other. They're just going to stay in line and try and get some good laps down. And you know, they're watching their relatives, and like you said, them catching up to this group, they're going to get a great lap or two out of this from the draft. And you can see this group a little unorganized. Jason Jackson leading it.
It doesn't look like he's getting much help from the 32 there. So we'll allow this other group to come up to them.
This is their second group now. They may be our leaders. They may be the people to watch. Let's check our pit board. They have pitted on lap 43, so they still got to come in. They're in trouble. Kulikowski, he hasn't been in. Sheffield would be, this group here is likely for the race win. Now I say likely because maybe the front group can make it, but this little pack here, this is where the best of the best were from pit road, and this little pack is going to settle this race here tonight amongst themselves if we don't get a caution and the front groups have to pit.
Lots of ifs.
Yeah, there's a little bit of too many ifs there for me to make a real call on this yet. Right now, it's Valley and Tony Ratliff leading this group around.
Claus Williams in there.
And they are not running quick times, though, Baron. I look at their times, and we'll bring them up for everybody. Last time by, and here comes Ashley and Kulikowski onto pit road, so they vacated. But the lead group is really much slower than the group with Sheffield and them. And you can see why, Baron. They are spaced out. They're on cruise control for some reason. And they're coming in.
Yep, that's why.
Woo! Fleming shooting the gap there. I'm not sure if he got that woed up, but looks like everybody's going to be safe. They're trying to get it so where they don't turn each other here. And it looks like they're going to get in safely. All right, so this group made a decent stop. This group here gonna come up and go right around them, I would imagine.
Whitford glued to the back of that bumper of Sheffield.
Tony Ratliff and Paul Travis coming out first. There's Valley, Claus Williams, Shane Fleming. There is the pack saying bye-bye. Maybe Tony Ratliff can latch. Oh, no! He's coming up!
No!
Oh, hold your breath, folks. Tony Ratliff just about took out the field. Getting a little nervous here in the booth, Baron.
You and I just both puckered up there.
Telling
You
you,
be
full.
driving that car.
That was a full pucker by me. I apologize for that.
We both did. That was a full pucker by us. Can you imagine being in that pack when that happened? That was a 5 pucker pack.
My goodness. Okay. Jason Spear leading. Troy Torgerson pushing him. Otto Vioni's up there on the inside. Sheffield and Whitford and Kane down there. We got ourselves a little battle here. Look out into YouTube land. We got Bebop Computer out there. Doyle's still hanging around. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Tyler Reddick, Stan 45 out there. He says the 32. Daryl is the 34. Yeah, I apologize for how often I get that mixed up. They're both listed as Ian in my standings.
That was an 8 pucker event. There's 2 in the booth.
Wow.
8 puckers, Dean. That's a pretty big deal.
That's a lot of puckering.
Yeah,
So we got
There you go.
8 cars, and Tony Ratliff, along with Paul Travis, trying desperately to no avail. They're not going to be able to catch up alone. So this 8-car pack got to settle it. The high line running fast and furious. You can see Spear has figured it out. He's not going to go down to the bottom. He says, no thank you. I'm going to stay right here. We're doing just fine. You 3 on the bottom. Oh, and make it 4 as Buskirk goes down there. So this might even the odds a little bit.
Yep, 4 on 4.
That'll give something for Sheffield to push here, and we'll see if he can do just that. And now they all leave Busker, who came down there to help him. Well, that's what you get for being helpful, Corey.
Yeah, that is a co-opetition at its finest right there.
It's a lonely feeling. You just
Yeah,
gotta regroup and say, I
and
guess
you-
I don't got any friends in here. At least you know where you
You,
stand now. And now they go back to the bottom, now that they've shook them.
Yeah, well, now he's muttering under his breath. He's mother.
Yeah, there's a lot of mothering going on down there.
Yeah, there is.
But on the bright side, the middle is going to look pretty tasty to the 99 right now. So we're down
Yeah,
to
just-
6 to go, and I
just
look
a
for
mess
Corey
up.
Buskirk to say, screw you guys, I'm jamming it in here.
Yep. 3 wide.
Meanwhile, behind them, the group has gotten a little larger here as Valley has joined the group. Along with Claus Williams, I don't think he was here before. They're trying to run him down. Little too late right now. 5 to go at the line. Spear and Torgerson with Otto Viani. Another Spear and Sheffield are just rocking that outside. Kane and Whitford. You know how they work together. They're on the bottom trying their best.
5 more laps to sort this thing out in Talladega. Dean, over, under, we get it done under green.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just call that we're getting this done under green. I don't see this front group wrecking. I just don't think that's the type of drivers we have up here. But I wouldn't be surprised at a last turn wreck.
Right.
The over-under is set at 0.
Well, we've got team cars up here, Dean, and team orders are in place throwing it out at the end, right?
We do. We definitely do. And I wonder what the orders are. Right now, the order of business is the high lane is what's going on. If I'm Kane and Whitford, I might go to the outside of everybody and go to the third lane and say, you think you're in the high lane? I'll make another high lane.
I love what Sheffield just did. He ran it down the hill. He got a little help, and then they bailed out on him.
Well, there's a lot of bailing out going on up there, but up front, they look stout. The top four are together. It's the bottom four that can't get their stuff together and figure out what they want to do. There's no teammates and no friends, perhaps.
Yeah, he just stuck in the middle and said, all right, we're going to make our own lane here.
3 to go. Jason Spear back where he normally is on these super speedways out front. Torgerson all over him. That other group, they are making up time, but it's too late. They cannot get there at this rate. Another group, Jason Jackson leading that group with Ian Spear. You got TJ Rogers, Rachel Hunt, and then you got Baris and Weiss way back there. But this is our main battle here. Who leaves who? Who shakes out to be the winner here tonight?
Well, we're going to find out in 2 laps here, Dean.
We certainly are. Right now, they've found this high lane, and I got to tell you, these other 3 have made a mistake going back to the bottom. I think they should have went to the high side and forced these guys to the bottom. Too late for that, though. They got to push for all they're worth.
Man, I love this race.
Great racing going on. Coming down to 1 to go, and we're seeing some spacing. Our guys trying to generate a run. Will Torgerson come down to the bottom and leave Jason Spear? The white flag is about to wave. This will make it an official race. They go 3 wide, a little further back.
Does Ottaviani get his first win?
And the Kane looking everywhere, nowhere to go. It's Spear, Torgerson, and Ottaviani with the big advantage. Sheffield tucks in into 4th, looking to get a run and do something with it. Can he get to the outside? No, he's down to the end. Back to the out. He does get to the outside. Here comes Whitford and Kane. They're a little too late for this move, but it might still work. Coming down to it, Torgerson pushing Spear. They're wrecking somewhere on the track. Spear coming through. Just got the tri-oval left. Jason Spear holding him off. Can he hold on? Here comes Sheffield at the line. Sheffield grabs the win. Whitford 2nd. Spear 3rd. Holy cow.
God. He was all but dead with two laps to go, and he won the thing.
He was dead with 2 corners to go and won the thing. The high side was where it is at, and they finally got their butts up there, and they end up 1st and 2nd. Spear, unfortunately, did a great job, even tried to block a little bit, held on for 3rd. Let's go get a replay of what else happened out on the track. Here's something bad happening back here.
Lord have mercy. This is for 18th, right?
I'm not sure, but that is Claus getting Paul Travis sideways, Valley, and Tony Ratliff, who had survived an earlier wreck. He's trying to bump his way through the wreck. He'll get this bulldozer out and keep going. And that was it for those guys. But Brandon Sheffield, your winner here tonight. And, you know, it's great for Brandon. Like, what a job he did, Baron. I mean, he's tried the inside. It just wasn't working. And it was a little late for my liking, but he did make his way to that 3rd lane.
Awesome run. That's what this track delivers. I love it, Dean. That was great driving. Brandon Sheffield literally stole this one.
And this is a walk the dog that looks so perfect and so casual. I don't even know how you do such things, Baron. All right, well, let's catch our breath here. Let's go and get a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll talk to our race winner and a couple others. At the Legends. I got in one the other night and had a blast, Baron.
Well, nothing like going back to the beginning, Dean.
Absolutely. Good fun car on certain tracks. Others, not so much for me, but I certainly enjoyed my time in them, and I hope these guys enjoyed this race here tonight. Not much more to say, Baron. It was something else. We had a lot of mistakes, and this is something they got to get ironed out. I mean, teams getting together and get their communications down, but ultimately, great racing was produced at the end, and Sheffield and Whitford found their way very late to that high side, and he takes it.
He did, and it was a great move, great teamwork between he and Derek Whitford, so there's probably a beer in Whitford's future here, courtesy of Brandon Sheffield.
You see our results there. We'll kind of skip through and look towards the bottom. You see the Bulldog disappointing down in 25th. The Toadman's down. Tony Ratliff fought so hard only to get wrecked late and be in 21st. Kulikowski with some bad luck out there. Royce Valley was up there late and not to be. Paul Travis, Claus Williams. So a lot of heartache, and that's Talladega, isn't it?
It sure is. As long as you said earlier, as long as you can manage your strategy with safe entries to pit road, with safe exits, working with your teammates, you could really kind of trip and fall into a top 10 here if you manage that right.
Yeah, I think you could have tonight with some of the mistakes are out there, but we bring our attentions now to someone who doesn't make mistakes out here and knows what he's doing. That's the 83 Jason Spear, mistake-free, just got nipped by that high line late there, Jason. Congrats on third, though.
Man, I appreciate it. I'd like to have been a couple spots higher and kind of beating ourselves up right now at the moment.
Well, I don't think you should. I mean, we were crying or I was crying. I was being a little critical tonight, Jason, so you'll have to bear with the broadcast. But, we're talking like the inside lane clearly not working. You're holding the second lane, doing a great job, and you made that commitment really early. Well, and let's start there, actually. Like, that whole run, you had opportunities to go to the bottom there, and you just said, no, this is where I want to be.
Yeah, the bottom lane was not what was happening really was if you were the first two cars on the low lane and the second lane come up to you, it would separate you. So I noticed in practice last night that was the case. So I pretty much knew that even when we were running the race, I'm like, this second lane is nothing. If I can get that high side, I'm definitely taking it 3 wide. And TJ pushed me, or I pushed TJ. No, he pushed me up to the front. And we kind of, as a team, got screwed up on our pit. I just drove by it. I wasn't paying attention
Well,
when we were
I want to
calling it.
interrupt you, Jason, and just ask about that.
Yeah,
So the early stop, right, or one of the stops, you know, an important stop, I thought, you and Newton come in and out. I mean, you're together. You had great stops. Everything was great, but you had nobody with you. So it absolutely killed you.
yeah, as good as it was, you know, Adam and we've been doing that a long time, with a couple others, but I kind of figured that might happen, but my team, um, we worked on pit stops and they got a lot better, but when we got separated like that, it just killed us.
Yeah, and that's what you were saying. There was a lot of slow stops, a lot of problems on the stops. But even the guys who had good stops, they just didn't have enough people with them, so we didn't have those things. So early on, you get through that adversity. Then late, you know, you're back out front. We've seen it a lot of times, Jason. Super speedways and you, that 83 comes to the front, and you know I'm screaming at Whitford and Kane and Sheffield saying they've got to get to that third lane no matter what. They can't do anything on the bottom. They wait till less than a lap left, and I thought it's too late, but apparently it wasn't too late, Jason.
No, it wasn't. Otto was screaming back there that they were forming that third lane, and we talked about going all the way to the wall and blocking that. I wished I would have there at the end, but I wouldn't. I didn't want to leave my team out. I didn't want to. Me and Troy go up there and leave Otto out. And then I started seeing them in my mirror, and I was hesitating, like maybe I should go up there and try to get the victory and slow their lane down. But I didn't. I want to
Well,
be fair about it.
I think anytime, and you know this, you're a great super speedway racer. Anytime the ifs, ands, and buts come into your head, you stay where you are because that's when mistakes are made and where crashes come in. And yeah, third place is better than going home on the hook, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And you're exactly right on that. I was like, well, if we start, I heard, like I say, Otto screaming about it, and I was like, if we start moving around, somebody's gonna get took out. And let's just take what we can get, and we'll know next time. I'm pretty pleased with what they've got going on with the Gen 6 or whatever's happened, except for that low lane. You know, in the past, the low lane's been pretty fast if you get two or three cars down there. But um, although I am kind of happy that they did something with the high lane because it used to not be as quick. So, um, but man, I'm proud to be up here in third place. My team did real good. We work on the pit stops a little bit, but far as working together as a team and staying focused, man, some of my guys, it's Troy and Otto, of course, Newton, Daryl and Ian, all of us just really did what we needed to do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are very good at it. We talked a lot about, you know, at a certain point, talking about how to communicate with each other. I know how you are. I know how you communicate with your guys, and it's paramount at these. And this is why you finish where you finish. It could have been a victory, but third place is fantastic, Jason. Congratulations on it, brother. And we'll give you the mic, man. Anybody like to shout out? Hell, anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, well, I think the league, um, and all the people that are in it. We got a good group of guys. Like to seen more cars. I think we had enough, but there's a few people that weren't here that I'd like to for them to, be here. Appreciate you guys. Baron, man, I love you to death. You know that. Dean, love you too, man. Appreciate what you guys do up there. So it's just good to go back and watch it and thank my teammates. Man, I'm really tickled with what we did out there, even though we didn't win it.
All right, Baron. That's a slightly dejected 83 Jason Spear with an impressive third place finish.
Well, when you're, 150 feet from the finish line and you got it won, the race is in your hand, and then all of a sudden two cars go whizzing by you on the high side, yeah, you'd be a little dejected too.
Yeah.
And speaking of two cars on the high side, I got one of them. Derek Whitford's with me in the 44 machine. Derek, congratulations on your second place finish tonight. One short of the top spot.
Thank you. It was a blast. Good race out there with all the guys. It was a lot of fun.
Talk about your evening tonight. We saw you working with Sheffield. Was this a predetermined thing, or did you just find each other?
Yeah, we're always looking for each other. Me and Sheffield, Ed Kane, Nick, Jason, Jackson, we're always looking for each other. We've done this for years, so we do well together usually.
So with the cars coming out of turn 4, you and Sheffield are in 5th place. Did you think you had a shot at it?
Yeah, once we got to the outside, I knew we had a good chance. Ed was shoving me real good from behind, so I was just trying to get back up to Brandon's bumper and get him as far as we could get. I wasn't sure that I was going to get past Jason Spear, but worked out. And but I knew we had a chance once we got to the outside.
Well, you sure made it happen tonight, my friend. Second place, good teammate award for you tonight. You know, get the good pusher award tonight. Anybody you want to thank tonight? Anybody you want to shout out for your second place?
Yeah, shout out all my teammates. Like I said, we work well together on these kind of tracks, so we had a blast out there. Shout out to Ed Kane, CPA. CPA, or tax time's coming in the not too distant future, so be sure to look him up. And shout out to you guys again for the broadcast. You guys always do a phenomenal job. East Coast Web Printing for the sponsor of this league, and Alive Church as another sponsor. So Todd and all the gang, RGR, they put on a great show for us, and it's just a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
Good to have you in second place tonight, Derek. Congratulations. Dean, 44 machine, put him in P2. We're getting one step closer.
Yeah, I mean, he did a nice job very, very late, and he helped this man, the 36, Brandon Sheffield, back in victory lane. Congratulations, Brandon.
I had enough time sit in the waiting room to go back and watch the finish. Are you okay, Dean?
I'll be okay, my friend. You just take heart meds and the various things. I might get propped up in here.
Well, good. Well, we need you. So, yeah, you got 4 days to get ready to go again.
All right. Well, it was exciting, but I'm going to go back to more of the early stages. You know, you work your way up there towards the front. I think he got shuffled out at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let's go a little later.
I was
Actually,
leading.
let's go a little later, because I think you got hit a little bit, and you were down underneath the yellow line and kind of shuffled out there.
No, right at the point where I think it was Ed was behind me, he came up to push, my screens blipped. And so I turned left a little bit and got the hell out of the way, and went to the back and thought that was going to be my night. And I really don't know how we got back up there, but it seemed to work. And then I still thought we were dead in the water when we took the white, and somehow it worked out for us.
Wow, that's a lot to survive. The black screen is really tough, boy, to not wreck everybody and not wreck yourself and survive. That was big. Now let's get down to the end here. You guys repeatedly trying that inside lane. It just would not go. You had great people with you, teammates, Kane and Whitford there helping you out, and it just would not go. And I'm screaming at the TV for you guys to get to that third lane. You wait till the last lap, heck, maybe the last corner before you got there, and it still worked. Were you a little in shock?
For sure was. Ed Kane's a crazy person. He runs draft masters for points. So whatever he says, we do. Especially me, because I don't have great super speedway instincts. But he said with like 3 to go, he goes, the only way we're going to do anything is if we get to the top. We got to get outside of these guys.
That's what I was saying.
And so there was just no real way to get up there, unless we backed that line all the way up and then, tried to come at him again, which I figured they would just block it from that far back. But then as we took the white, Corey jumped to the outside of Ian there, and Ed said, well, I'm going to go up and try to help Corey and see if we can just cause a little chaos. And sure enough, he did. And that got Corey pulled off the pack, or got Ian pulled off the pack, got whoever pulled off the pack. And then we came off of 2, and I'm clear all the way around. So is Derek. And I have the room to pull up behind Otto and just create a huge run. And then midway down the back straightaway, put a little okey doke on him, get to the outside. Now we're rolling. If all I got to do is keep it off the wall and dump air on the car in front of me spoiler, I could do that all day long. And was able to do just enough. If that's a race at Daytona, I'm finished 3rd, but was able to just dump enough air to get Jason slowed down enough to be able to keep rolling the outside. And I knew whatever I did, Derek was going to be right on my bumpers. So just worked out tonight. It was fun.
Man, it's so big. I mean, great move, first of all, and I appreciate what you just said. Those are thoughtful things about super speedway. I don't think you're without your knowledge, but you know, we talk a lot about it. Teammates, friends, help. It's needed here. It's needed on pit road, and it's needed on the track, isn't it, Brandon?
Well, and speaking of pit road, I got to feel bad for my other teammate, Nick. I turned him around on pit road. I feel bad about that. There should have been 4 GDR cars up there, if not 5, and there was only 3, and part of that's my fault. So feel bad about that. Yeah, when we talk about community here and teammate racing and super speedways is fun, but also I think a good showcase for the league. I got to listen to Jason's interview, and I thought what he said was really, really smart and really poignant. That yeah, he could have come up and blocked the lane, but he knows that if he's in that situation, I'm not going to lift for him, and he wouldn't have lifted for me. So we were going to wreck. So holding the line he had and finishing third was the right move to do. So I think that's a good showcase of what this league is, to know that, hey, rather than cause a big wreck, let's have a green run or a green flag finish. So tip my hat to the Spear Racing boys tonight. They did a great job. They gave us all we could handle, and almost more than we could handle. But just a good showcase for RGR tonight.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun at the end. Brandon, you know, the guys are probably thinking, really, Sheffield? Because, you know, you're so good at the other tracks. I mean, it's nice to get a Dega win, though. Everybody loves a Dega win, don't they?
Yeah, super speedways are not my thing. I feel like I can hold my own about everywhere else, but here I seem to always struggle. But just kind of had the right mindset coming here tonight, made the right moves, and was able to come out on top. That's what's fun about this. I'm not points racing. I can't show up every week with what I got going on at home, but just able to come out and trophy hunt. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's great. And you guys put on a show there at the end. We appreciate it. Congrats on the victory, Brandon, and we'll turn it over to you, brother. Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, you guys for sure. Great broadcast tonight. You and Baron always do a great job. Loving having you guys on board. The RGR boys, you know, Todd and Greg and the team are doing just an awesome job with this league, and it's so much fun to come out and race these guys and be able to race close and race hard, and everybody walks away friends. That's a pretty cool thing. GDR is one of the best teammate nights we've had in a long time. All 5 of us were here. We all had fun. A couple guys had their own trouble, but we always think if we can keep 5 cars together, man, we're just gonna kill them. And we were able to keep 3 cars together, and we did a pretty good job tonight. So proud of the GDR boys. Proud of Derek for finishing second. You know, Ed for being right up in there. Wish Nick and Jason could have stayed with us a little bit longer. But really happy with GDR tonight. On the car, Caden Hammond Foundation, CadenHammondFoundation.org if you'd like to learn more about that. And Ed Kane CPA also on the car. Give Ed a call for any tax or accounting needs you may have.
All right.
Oh, hang on. League sponsors too. Live Church, East Coast Web Printers. Can't forget them either. They do a great job of keeping us on the air, keeping money in your pocket, Dean, and keeping this whole thing together.
Absolutely. Never forget the sponsors. Brandon Sheffield back in victory lane.
Wait, we're getting paid for this?
Well, I know he shouldn't have said that out loud.
No, it's good to have Brandon in there, and that team really gelled nicely tonight. Got themselves a W at Talladega, and yes, you're right. It is special at a super speedway like this, Dean. When my day comes to an end, you can just spread my ashes all along pit road there, and I'll be a happy guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that at all. I know how much you love this place, and you're very good at it. We got to get you back on the track, Baron. When we expect Baron Labasco in one of these races?
Well, you know what? It might be as soon as tomorrow night. We'll see how it goes. Been a little under the weather lately, but I'm feeling better, so I might just go ahead and get myself into one of these things.
All right. Well, we look forward to that. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Baron Labasco, that's going to wrap it up from Talladega, and we'll see you right here next time